Okay, so this is for the Jacobs V32, also known as the Andover and one other company. But anyway, so I'm going to have to get down to the oil pan, and in order to remove it, the front cover has to come off. Now this front cover cannot come off until the flywheel comes off, and this is what we're dealing with. Is this like nut that's right there. So I'm going to have to make a tool to fit over that, get the whole thing off. And maybe if this helps anyone else, you're gonna have the little small ones right here, then the whole front cover, and you have to remove these cables from the control. So this one will go right into this little arm, and it's like built-in washer. The arm goes in the middle, and then a washer on the bottom. And then we have a cotter pin at the very bottom. Can't really see. And then we have another one right back here. Another little like, don't know what exactly you call these, but you got this guy and another nut. This will come off. And on the other side, you're gonna have the oil feed tube that's gonna come off down here at the bottom. Okay, so I just rotated it up. And another thing I'm really careful with is I'm trying to save all the safety wire, trying to keep this as original as possible. So only cut one little small end, and I leave enough on one side that where I can still run it through everything when I'm done. So for example, the oil filter here. You see the safety wires all down through here? Well, it actually got cut down at the bottom, and I can just slightly put it right back on there and it'll hold. But yeah, I'm just really trying to keep this undisturbed as possible. But yeah, I hope that does help somebody in the future. Another thing I did find out is the magneto for this. So we're gonna run the high tension secondary wire from the magneto, and it's gonna go through the ignition switch right here. You'll have another plug wire that comes off, and I'm not sure if this is the original one or if this was replaced in the 50s, but anyway, you're gonna have this grounded, and whenever you flick the ignition off or on, when you hit it off, all it does is just ground out the magneto. If you don't have this grounded to, to the ground of the magneto, if it carries through here, if you hit the off, it won't do anything at all. So on is basically it's connected, it's off, and then when you flick it off, it's grounded. So that's how this works right there. Really straightforward. Other things, can't really say. It's pretty straightforward engine. It's overhead valve, and this is the first time I ever did an overhead valve, and they're just incredibly simple. I can't believe just how simple these damn things are. This guy back here, this is a planetary gear set that I've learned. So that's why you might have something that's a little loose in there. This is probably the sun gear that's traveling inside of it. So don't try forcing this out or anything crazy like that. And yeah, I think this is going pretty good. I wish there was available gaskets for this. I'm probably gonna have to make a new oil pan gasket. I mean, shoot, you kind of just see how wet it is all down through there. And then I don't know if you'll call this a rear main seal, but the equivalent, the oil seal that goes right back here at the end of the crank, it looks it's probably leaking. So I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna clean it. But yeah, I'll probably end up making my own oil pan gasket for this.